I mean, how you feeling right now? You know, just physically and everything heading into the worlds.
I'm really excited. I'm healthy. Just looking forward to get to Norway and compete.
Yeah, I know during the team trials, a lot of the national riders were saying that they felt that you looked the best that they've seen you maybe ever. How would you personally kind of assess where you're at wrestling wise right now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm wrestling the best I have, possibly ever, definitely in a long time. But I'm just kind of, my training's been going really well the last couple months, and a lot of that's shown, it showed at the World Team Trials.
You're up some weight from your Olympic trials. Is this a more comfortable weight for you? It's obviously closer to what you wrestled in college.
Yeah, 133, 134. That's, it's pretty an optimal weight for me. It's I don't have to kill myself making weight, which is that's always nice. And I definitely feel good when I'm out there wrestling.
Does it kind of feel like wrestling is back in a sense? You obviously had a more rough last year than anybody, but does it feel like it's back, getting to go to Norway and getting all this stuff to actually happen?
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely fun to go competing. And it was I took a little bit of time off after the trials, which it was nice. But I got back to training, and it was just fun to go out there and compete again. And I'm looking forward to the college season, because I'm going to be able to compete every weekend again, which I haven't got to do that in about 2 years. So it's I'm definitely it's going to be an exciting time.
What was the mental process like for you after the Olympic trials, after falling short of your dream of trying to be an Olympian?
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, but I just I know God has a plan for me, and I keep that in mind, and that helps me move forward. And I can't I'm not going to do all the tasks, and it's the only thing I can do is continue to get better. And I know that if I keep living the lifestyle that I live, that I'm going to have a great opportunity to achieve my goals.
You guys are getting a new locker room. I imagine that's exciting for you.
Yeah, very exciting. It's we just moved over to our temporary locker room, so it's it's happening real quick, and it's we're all excited for it. It's going to be a big upgrade for us.
How beneficial do you think that can be for not only you guys, but then the future of the program, bringing recruits in and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's it's going to be the nicest locker room in the country. So anytime that you have the best locker room and the best facilities, it can definitely help with recruiting. And I'm looking forward to checking it out whenever I hope it's probably not going to be done when I get back from Norway, but here in the next couple months.
Reports are coming out today that Iowa's expected to announce a women's wrestling program, first one in Power 5 D1. I know we've talked about Oklahoma State's wanting to possibly do that down the road. I mean, how significant is that, seeing women's wrestling becoming a Power 5 program throughout the country?
Yeah, it's huge for women's wrestling. It's women's wrestling, it's really taken off here recently, and you saw the women's team's performance at the Olympics. We wrestled really well, and it's it's a good sign that women's wrestling is taking that next step.
Now, over the weekend, you had a former Sand Springs native, son of Sand Springs, join the program. With the history that you and Carter have going back to Tulsa area, what was it like when you heard that he was moving back to Stillwater?
I was really excited to hear that he was coming back and going to be a Cowboy. It's I've said it a couple times, but I've wrestled with Carter since he was in the 4th, 5th grade, so it's gonna be fun. We trained a little bit. He was in town before the World Team Trials, and I got to wrestle around with him a little bit then, and then I've got to wrestle with him a couple more times now that he's back, and it's always fun rolling around with him, because we've wrestled so many times together, just as he's grown up, and I've helped him, so it's always a good time whenever we get to practice with each other, and it's gonna happen a whole lot more now that he's here.
Well, and you got to compete against him at the trials. How did you feel his performance was against you?
Oh, it was. He wrestled awesome. He wrestled awesome the whole tournament, and I know it was probably easier for me to wrestle him than other people because I know who he is and I've wrestled him so many times. So it's the way he competed, on that backside was, it was really special to see. He beat 2 national champions and another national finalist. So it was awesome, especially someone that young to go to the World Trials like that.
When you go on these international tournaments, how much do you get to take in the culture? Is it all kind of business? What's that like?
So most of the time, every time I've wrestled in the World Championships, I'm always the last day of the competition. So I don't have a whole lot of time to go and explore and check everything out. But this time I wrestle on the first day of competition, so I'll have a couple days after the tournament's over to explore and check out Norway. So I'm definitely excited for that.
Is there anything you're looking forward to? You've done any research before?
No, just really just focusing on the wrestling part of it. I'm sure once I'm done wrestling, I'll find something to do.
Have you looked at your field yet? Have you started kind of assessing what that's going to look like for you?
Yeah, my coaches they've been watching matches and stuff. I don't usually watch. Me personally, I don't watch a whole lot of film, but my coaches always do, and that way I just kind of know people's tendencies and stuff like that. I always want to focus more on what I'm doing rather than what they're doing. And I feel like whenever I do that, it just helps me, wrestle my match more than I'm wrestling, what they're doing.
Are any of the Cowboy coaches going with? Or I assume your dad's going.
Yeah, my dad's gonna go, and I think Coach Esposito's gonna.